Hi everyone, I'm David Wojcik and this is MBOT TV. Stories we covered this week: Minister Todd Smith addresses MBOT members and guests. The province backs down on cuts to municipalities. Premier Doug Ford moves Ontario closer to having beer and wine in convenience and box stores, and the Living Arts Centre previews its new season of entertainment. Welcome to MBOT TV, a weekly recap of what happened in business at the Mississauga Board of Trade and around the city of Mississauga. Let's dive in. Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade, Todd Smith, addressed MBOT members and guests this past week. The minister reinforced the province's position on being open for business and how his government is helping SMEs with international trade.
Folks, when we talk about being open for business, and you've probably heard me say it a time or two, and I'm sure you've heard Premier Ford say it a time or two, and certainly my colleagues here from Mississauga have been shouting it from the rooftops, we really mean it. We really are trying to make Ontario completely open for business, and that means we're open to investment as well. It means we're open to immigration, we're open to global trade, we're open to opportunity. That's really what it's all about, and making sure that we're unleashing the potential that we do have here in Ontario. I spoke for a week in India earlier this month, and that was the message that I took on that trade mission to India. It was an important opportunity for our government to get out there and build the connections and relationships that are essential to doing business in an enormous country. I mean, 1.36 billion people, a growing economy at 7 to 8% year over year, and what tremendous opportunity there is. And we're really trying to make the most of that opportunity.
Coyote Tractor, a Korean-based company, opened its doors in Mississauga. The 60,000 square foot distribution center on Kitimat Road will reduce delivery times for Coyote's Canadian dealers. The facility is state-of-the-art and will house fully assembled and ready-to-ship tractors and thousands of parts to support repairs and maintenance. The Living Arts Centre had a bittersweet evening this past week. Chair of the board, Stephen Farnham, welcomed the audience to the preview of an incredible upcoming season of entertainment at the LAC, while also announcing the departure of Natalie Liu, the CEO of LAC, for the past 3 years. Ms. Liu has accepted a position in her hometown of Vancouver to run 4 historic theaters in the heart of the city. The Mississauga Board of Trade would like to thank Natalie for her contribution to Mississauga and elevating the LAC brand and entertainment value. Personally, I offer my congratulations and best wishes for Natalie's continued success on the West Coast. If you want to stay up to date on current issues affecting business leaders, tune in to Your Business on Saga 960 AM Fridays at 11 a.m. A 1-hour business show where I interview industry experts on everything from motivating employees to boosting your bottom line. This Friday at 11 a.m. we explore customer service, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You can also listen online at www.saga960am.ca. Still to come is our political update with Brad Butt, who has news on the province's plans to make beer and wine available in convenience and big box stores, and our upcoming events listing with Stephanie Giorgio. But first, are you looking for ways to save money on your employee benefits? The Chamber Plan can help.
The Chamber's plan now offers employee benefit programs with greater selection, higher coverage levels, and more value than ever before. Take another look and see why we're the choice of more small businesses than any other plan in Canada. The Chamber's plan. It's for your benefit.
The 2019 edition of MBOT's annual magazine and directory is in the works. This directory is an excellent way for you to gain recognition for your business. For more information, call 905-273-6151, press 0, and speak to your membership services manager today. Now for our political update, here's our Vice President of Government and Stakeholder Relations, Brad Butt. Brad?
Well, thanks, David. Premier Doug Ford announced last week that the Government of Ontario would back off from proposed budget cuts to services to municipalities and establish a process to work with them to adjust to new funding arrangement in future years. Locally, the Region Appeal estimated the funding reductions would cost the region $45 million over the next 2 years. The Region of Peel is pleased with Premier Ford's decision to restore provincial funding for vital shared public services such as childcare, paramedics, and public health for the fiscal year 2019-20. Region of Peel Chair Nando Yanika said, "This is a step in the right direction to ensure that the Region of Peel can continue to provide these essential services." The chair continued to say, "We will continue to explore opportunities for dialogue on how the province can meet its budget objectives by delivering services efficiently and responsibly, ensuring that taxpayers receive value for their hard-earned tax dollars." While the City of Mississauga is taking exception to various aspects in Bill 108, the More Homes, More Choices Act, whose goal is to streamline development approvals and give greater flexibility to built-form housing. On May 2nd, 2019, the Honourable Steve Clark, Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, presented the plan intended to increase the supply of new ownership and rental housing in Ontario. Bill 108 transforms Ontario's land use planning system, including changes to 13 acts, some new or updated regulations, and changes to provincial planning policies. While we support the aim of this legislation to bring new housing supply to market more quickly, it does so by lessening the burden on developers by reducing fees and approvals, said Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crombie. "We have not seen any evidence that reducing fees and timelines for developers will result in the creation of more affordable housing or that savings will be passed along to consumers." In Mississauga, we are well over 20,000 housing units already waiting to be built, which doesn't include the pre-zoned lands within the downtown core. Further, the long-held principle that growth pays for growth would no longer apply, resulting in existing taxpayers and footing the larger share of the bill for new growth. I urge the government to consult more with municipalities on this important piece of legislation. On Monday, the City of Mississauga held a public meeting to create a municipal service corporation as a new tourism agency from funds received through the municipal accommodation tax charged on hotel and motel stays in Mississauga. While MBOT was there and continued to voice that this new agency must be controlled by the stakeholders in the tourism sector, including hotels and motels, and not run by the city. While there is a place for the City of Mississauga, decisions around tourism investments must be made by those businesses directly impacted. Ontario Finance Minister Victor Fedeli introduced legislation last week that would, if passed and proclaimed, terminate the previous government's agreement with the beer store, allowing Ontario's government to expand alcohol sales to corner, big box, and more grocery stores. While the government will likely be on the hook for millions of dollars to terminate the agreement, Ontarians and convenience store operators have long called for the ability to purchase alcohol in those businesses. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Brad. And now for our upcoming events, here's our events manager, Stephanie Giorgio. Stephanie.
Thank you, David. And here's what's coming up at your Mississauga Board of Trade. On June 5th, Membership Matters is at MBOT, a session for new members to discover all the great benefits that your Mississauga Board of Trade has to offer. Seasoned members are always welcome to stop by for a refresher. On June 7th, join us at the 4 Points by Sheridan for our Professional Development Series. On our third series of the year, we discuss how culture in the workplace makes a winning difference. Here are 3 keynote speakers present on corporate culture, winning culture, and how culture can help you distinguish your company. And on June 24th, we tee off at Lionhead Golf and Country Club for our annual Golf Classic 9, Dine, and Network. Whether you're a golfer or not, this event has something for you. Can't make golf? No problem. Join us for dinner, big prizes, and our legendary silent auction. Grand prize of a big screen TV and a live auction for 2 airline tickets. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Stephanie. If you have any questions about how to make a nomination for our Awards of Excellence, register for an event, increase awareness for your business, or have your company featured on MBOT TV, contact your membership services manager by calling 905-273-6151 and press 0 to get connected. Details about these stories and events are available at www.mbot.com. Until next week, this is David Vorchik wishing you continued success in your business.